Real talk, the metaphor messiah, man. I got this one. Let's go. You ever seen the morning star? Mr. Metaphor Messiah, back to show you who we are. I represent a legacy, a pothead like the 70s. A different kind of mind, they say we only speak in melodies. Legend in the game, I think I found a solution. Got a crazy kind of flow, I need a verbal institution.
What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy Dead on Dave coming at you live from Germany. That's right, a little bit earlier than I originally intended, but that's okay. A little bit of extra Dave, never hurt anybody at all. And we're here live because, unfortunately, Carrie Fisher passed away today. Now, the other day when I heard that she had a massive heart attack on a flight from London to LA, I kind of started preparing myself for the worst because I had a feeling that she was not going to recover. I mean, look, you don't breathe for 10 minutes. In most cases, that's your ass. And unfortunately, that's exactly what happened. The reality is, and I don't want to sound too sappy, I almost cried in the car when I found out Patty Glenn actually wrote me while I was out and let me know he's probably a bigger Star Wars fan than I am. And I'm sitting here in full Star Wars attire right now. So it hit me kind of hard. And, you know, I had a couple of days to prepare for it, but I'm simply not ready to live in a world without Princess Leia. I mean, I know that she doesn't exist. I get that. She was played by an actress, but Star Wars is older than I am. I grew up into a world that already had Star Wars in it, and I watched it from basically birth until now. There is not really a week that goes by that I don't watch something Star Wars related. I love Star Wars. I love it. My wife knows it's one of the defining things about my personality. And I loved Carrie Fisher. I did. I never got to meet her. Came close a couple of times in Vegas. A couple of times, never got to meet her. Got to smell her, though. Well, I didn't smell her because I have no sense of smell. But my friends smelled her. Said she smelled of Chewbacca. That raised a whole bunch of other questions. It was hard. And some people might be like, just a celebrity, get over it. And maybe you're right. But you know what? I'm a big fat nerd. And I love Carrie Fisher. And it got me thinking. It got me like putting all these thoughts in my head because everybody's talking about what type of a shitfuck year 2016 has been. And it has been for many, many different reasons. I mean, me personally, it's actually been kind of a rock star year. I've had one of the best years of my life. But, you know, interpersonally, it's been a rough one, man. There's been a lot of crazy stuff that's going down this year. A lot of very, very beloved legends have passed away. Huge ones, not small ones. We're talking arguably the greatest golfer, boxer, and hockey player all died in the same fucking year. Arguably the greatest boxer of all time, golfer of all time, and hockey player of all time. Very quite arguably, all three off the planet same year. It's insane. It's insane. And, you know, the thing is, Carrie Fisher is not the first of the main cast to die this year. No, Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2, played a little bit, died earlier this year. She's not even the first Star Wars main cast member to die, unfortunately. But I saw this meme, this picture somebody made, and almost made me cry. It was Leia standing in front of Alderaan and says, "I'm coming home. Be still my beating heart." I mean, that was pretty crazy. So what I thought we could do is we can go ahead and go live and talk about all the great things that Carrie Fisher meant to me and maybe other people when they call in. And also talk about all the celebrities that have passed away this year. It's absolutely crazy the amount of celebs that died this year. We're going to talk about all of them. And because we're going to get a little morbid as well, we're going to talk about celebrities who have died in other years. And we're going to kind of rate the classes of celebrity deaths because I'm sick. I have problems. So we're going to talk about it. And we're also going to take your calls live on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And of course, number 702-751-2902. But first, I appreciate everybody who's here. We are now over 4,700 subscribers right here on Dead on Dave Productions. We got an outside chance. It'll be hard to do, but we have an outside chance of getting to 5,000 subscribers by the end of the year. It's possible. 300, we could do it. We can do it, but I need you guys to continue to support. And all you guys are here doing a fantastic job. I see Mrs. Starr. I see Pip Scotland, Joe Martin, LBFC. Carl Gibney's here. So is Casey McLaughlin. We got Mark Parrish is hanging out. Fake Ass Twat's here. Pierre Pristinen. Finnish News Flash is here. Thomas Warwick is hanging out. So is Joey Newbeck. We got a whole bunch of good people. Alex Obi-Wan AXP is here. Road Warrior. The Gaming Fault. Joe Martin lurking. Ion is lurking. PVS Sweetie Pie said, I forgot China. I didn't put China in my little collage that I made. No, I did forget China. Yes, Joni Lauer did die this year as well. Did die this year. Raven Miota is here. Raven Miota is here. Pretty good stuff. All right. So let's get into this class of 2016. Unbelievable, man. Some of these names you're going to know. I'm going to like kind of gloss over the names that, you know, I don't know all that well. And we'll stop on the really big ones. And trust me, there's a bunch of them. Pat Harrington. Not everybody's going to know who Pat Harrington is. Definitely somebody. If you see his face, you're going to recognize him. David Bowie. David Bowie died earlier this year. And just, it's David friggin' Bowie. Labyrinth, motherfuckers. Labyrinth, man. What kind of magic spell to use? Come on, man. Alan Rickman. Alan Rickman. Don't worry. As soon as we get through this first list of people, I'm going to start taking calls, all right? Alan Rickman. The Half-Blood Prince, man. He was in Dogma. He was Metatron. I love Alan Rickman. Fantastic. Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers. He was in goddamn Die Hard. He fell off the building. Oh, my God. Dan Haggerty. Dan Haggerty died. Glenn Frey. Abe Vigoda. Abe Vigoda. Another guy that you're going to be like, especially if you're younger, you're going to be like, oh, I don't know who Abe Vigoda is. But when you see his face, you remember all the movies from the 70s and 80s that you've seen him in. Tons. George Gaines, Tony Burton, George Kennedy, Nancy Reagan died this year. Nancy Reagan, and for kids of the 80s, that's a big loss. Losing Nancy Reagan, she was actually very, very big to a lot of people in the 80s. Kids of the 80s were definitely upset that Nancy Reagan died. Robert Horton, Joe Santos, Ken Howard, Peter Brown, Gary Shandling died. Gary Shandling died this year. I remember one of the most poignant moments I'd seen all year in any type of interview was Jerry Seinfeld, who had just posted his Comedians in Cars Getting Coffee with Gary Shandling, did something like in retrospect after it happened. It was so sad. It was heartbreaking because Jerry and Gary are such great friends, and we're such great friends. It was so sad to see that happen. I love Gary Shandling. He was a comedian that I really started to appreciate the older that I got, much like Jerry Seinfeld, by the way. James Noble, Patty Duke. Patty Duke died this year. Doris Roberts. Everybody loves Raymond. She was in Grandma's Boy. She was great. She's a fantastic actress. Prince died this year. And it's unfortunate how many of these celebrities died because of either current drug use or prior drug use. Quite a few of them, but I mean, it's unbelievable. Prince died. That was awful. Morley Safer died. Alan Young. Muhammad Ali, arguably the greatest fighter to ever live, passed away this year. How friggin' sad was that shit? It was just awful, man. Anton Yelchin, Gary Marshall, Stephen Hill, Gene Wilder, one of my favorite actors of all time. See no evil, hear no evil. He was the only Willy Wonka. Fuck Johnny Depp. I will never accept Johnny Depp's ode to Michael Jackson, his version of fucking Willy Wonka. Never. I'll never accept it. I'm not accepting it. You can't force me to accept it. Arnold Palmer. If Tiger Woods wouldn't have went not Tiger Woods for the last 3 or 4 years, he would have definitely overtaken Arnold Palmer for greatest golfer of all time. And maybe he still has. But Golden Bear is still the greatest golfer to ever live in this guy's eyes. Robert Vaughn. Florence Henderson. Mrs. friggin' Brady just died. Followed by Alan Thicke. Mr. Seaver. Just died. Gone. Zsa Zsa Gabor just died. George Michael just died the other day. John Glenn. Not enough of you know who John Glenn is, and it makes me sick to my ass that not enough of you know who John Glenn is. My God, American friggin' hero, John Glenn. On the other side, Fidel Castro died. That's a good thing. That's a great thing. Oh, so I mean, there's that. There's that. But it's been a horrible goddamn year for celebrity deaths. It's unbelievable. Rickman, all of these people. Mark Parrish says Dave was a good Willy Wonka, if you mean to. You know what, Mark? Get the hell out of here. You take a time out. You need to think about your life choices, man. You need to think about your goddamn life choices. Oh, my God. Unbelievable. Guncannon, Gordie Howe. Yeah, I said Gordie Howe at the top of the show. Gordie Howe. Greatest friggin' hockey player to ever live. I understand Gretzky, but Gordie friggin' Howe. Come on, man. Come on. Crazy. So many crazy stuff. It's just, and Leaping Lizard said it best. Many of the kids don't know most of these great people, but yet still lost their shit over Harambe. Fucking A right. No truer words, Leaping Lizard. No truer words. My God. No truer words. China, Joni Lauer, we already talked about her too. It's awful, man. I mean, the people that died, it was just crazy. 2016 has got to be one of the worst for celebrity deaths that I can remember. I mean, this is an all-star list of people. So me being the morbid son of a bitch that I am, I started looking up past years. And 2015, last year we had Donna Douglas, Rod Taylor, Taylor Negron, Bob Simon, Leslie Gore, Leonard Nimoy. That's one of the biggest names on this list. Omar Sharaf, Louis Goffrey, Dick Van Patten. Dick Van Patten was great. Christopher Lee died last year. B.B. King died last year. Mary Ellen Trainor, she died last year. Frank Gifford died last year. That was a sad one. Yogi Berra, Maureen O'Hara, a sad one. Al Monero from Happy Days, he died last year. Fred Thompson, longtime senator. And that was Martin Brooks. I think Lemmy died last year. Did Lemmy die this year or last year? I think Lemmy died last year. I can't remember. Wayne Rogers, Natalie Cole. We had a lot of people die last year. But it doesn't compare. And I know that's morbid as shit to talk about, like, which one was worse. But I mean, it's not even a comparison. 2016 is awful. Holy God. Did Lemmy die this year or last year? I would have sworn Lemmy died last year. Let me see. Lemmy. Because he's not on either of those lists. Now, he died last year, December last year. He died December of last year, 2015. He did die last year. But they didn't have him on the list. Goddamn celebrity list didn't have it right. So that was 2015. 2014, let's see, wasn't all that much better. But I mean, let's look at 2014. Russell Johnson, Dave Madden, Philip Seymour Hoffman, Richard Bull, Shirley Temple Black, Sid Caesar. Sid Caesar died. Harold Ramis. Yeah, that's right. Jim Lang, David Brenner, Mickey Rooney, Bob Hoskins. This is a big list. Maya Angelou. Fuck me sideways. Casey Kasem. Ella Wallach. James Garner, Robin Williams. That was 2014. Lauren Bacall. Joan Rivers. Damn, that was a big... 2014 was rough. Edward Herman, Mary Ann Mobley. That's a rough one. 2014 was rough too. I don't know if it was... I think 2016 is still the worst. I still think 16 is worse than 14. I think it is worse. Not sure by how much, but it is worse. Robin Williams died in 14. It's unbelievably sad. Unbelievably sad. Now, according to this, Robin Williams died 14. Let me make sure. Williams. August 11, 2014. Y'all need to do some research. It took me 2 seconds to type it in. Robin Williams died in 2014. Go look it up. I just did. I went and confirmed. Some Died Nameless is talking about some of the wrestlers. Roddy Piper died on his birthday. The American Dream was a couple of years ago too. Ultimate Warrior was a few years ago, something like that. It's awful, man. It's awful. Wrestlers, I don't even want to get into wrestlers. I know that a lot of people are here for the wrestling show and stuff like that, but wrestlers, my God. Let's look at wrestler deaths by year too, just for shits and fucking not giggles, but wrestler deaths by year. Let's see if there's a I'm sure there's a database for that. Lord knows there's a database for everything nowadays. My God, how many times I've coughed during this episode. So 2014 was bad. Hoffman, Sid Caesar, Bob Hoskins, Mickey Roney, Robin Williams, Casey Kasem. I mean, Maya Angelou. That's a big year. That's a big year. But I still think, look, when you got the best hockey player, golfer, and boxer of all time die in the same year, and then some of the other major celebrities that died as well. That's a big one. Let's look at 2013. I'm interested in 2013 now. I want to see what 2013 did. Patty Page, Ned Wardmer, Conrad Bain, Stan the Man Musial. If Huffman was here, he'd be all sad about that again. Patty Andrews, Bonnie Franklin. Roger Ebert died back then in 2013. Margaret Thatcher. Alan Arbus. Dr. Joyce Brothers. Wow. Esther Williams. James Gandolfini died. Man, James Gandolfini only died in 2013. Feels like he's been gone a lot longer than that. Same thing with Corey Monolith from Glee. They made a big deal over that guy. Karen Black, David Frost, Ed Louder, Joan Fontaine, Peter O'Toole, Nelson Mandela. Yeah, but I like Marshall Wallace, so I love Marshall Wallace. Oh my God, Carol Burnett Show, Simpsons, obviously. I mean, like that, yeah. It's a sad one. But I mean, going back, 2016 is beating the brakes off of all of these guys. I mean, beating the brakes. Beating the brakes off these guys. It's pretty crazy. Let's see here. Sean Donnelly on Skype says, it's been a shit year for wrestlers dying. Yeah, it is. It is. Yeah. Go ahead. So let's go ahead and take your calls. Let's start the calls in. We're going to continue to go through some of the lists from previous years, but let's go ahead and take some calls and see what we got as far as you guys, some memories of some of the people that have died this year, whether personal or, actors, famous people, celebrities. I want to know. I'm also looking up the celebrity deaths, and God, this year wasn't good either. Jesus. You think about like wrestlers dying, and it didn't feel like this year was really bad, but not a great year. Not a great year. We got Archie Goldie, Axel Rotten, Balls Mahoney, Charlie Fulton, Kristen Abel, China, Don Bass, Eric Tovey, Eiji Azaki, I don't know that name, excuse me. Gypsy Joe, Harley Saito, Harry Fujiwara, Jean Gagne, Chris Travis, Lance Gaylord, Lord James Blears, Mike Sharp, Robert Wyndham. Yeah. I mean, that one, bad, not good. Not good. What happened in 2015? 2015 wasn't that much better. It's sad. It's fucking awful, man. It's really, really bad. Liz Smith died this year. George Michael we talked about. It's just like, it's crazy. How many friggin' people died? Is someone else going to kick off by the end of the year? It's fucking awful, man. Thomas Warwick. Betty White needs to be protected. I know, right? Holy God. But let's open it up, man. Go ahead and call in now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, number 702-751-2902. We're going to take your live viewer questions on anything that you might have, not only celebrity deaths, because I don't want to be the most morbid show in the world. We'll talk about whatever you have. You want to talk about YouTube, life, wrestling, sports. I don't give a shit. We're going to talk for a little while, then I'm going to get up out of here, and then we'll see what's going on. We're going to see what's going on. Yeah, Mr. Fuji died. Yeah, that's right. Mr. Fuji. I know I said his name, and I forgot his name whole. Yeah, I'm not used to saying his full name. Like, come on, be honest here. 2015 for wrestler deaths. Dusty Rhodes, Roddy Piper died in the same year. Vern Gagne died that year as well. Nick Bockwinkel. Jesus, man. My God, this is morbid. Perro Agoyo. That's right, the guy who died in the ring with Rey Mysterio. My God. fucking sad. Let's take some calls. I'm depressing myself for your entertainment. 480, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
This is absolutely ridiculous. Why? I really don't get it, man. I mean, a few days ago, Georgia Michael, and now Carrie Fisher. This is terrible. This is absolutely terrible.
It's awful, man. It really is. We had a little bit of a warning with Miss Carrie Fisher, though. I mean, I saw it coming. Some people were like, oh, the force is with her. But, I mean, look, you don't breathe for 10 minutes. It ain't happening. Sometimes, Namos, you need to, you know what? Think about your life choices. You're annoying the shit out of me. Let us not forget David Bowie and Prince. I mentioned both David Bowie and Prince lurking. Miss Aeon. I said it right.
Yeah, you said it wrong the first time, though.
Shit, 480, what do you got for me, buddy?
I mean, it's just terrible. I kind of hope they killed her off in episode 8 because I know they already filmed it. But I mean, I don't know what they're gonna do now. Honestly,
they'll reshoot if they have to. They'll reshoot and they'll do something. But here's the thing: if you reshoot and they didn't already kill her off, which the rumors are that they did, but if they didn't, and you have to do a reshoot, unfortunately, her death is going to be so rushed and hurried. I mean, they're going to have to put her on some kind of a carrier, a personnel transport, and then blow up the transport. I mean, that would not be the way. Look, the reality is Princess Leia deserved to go on her feet. She needed to go out on her feet fighting. That's who she was. So, personally, I just hope that I don't know what they can do. I mean, I would like to say that hopefully they just didn't kill her off, and then they kind of do something off screen for episode 9. I don't know. It's a tough one, man. It's a really, really tough one. What do you do? The CGI apparently that they used for the last movie there, the Rogue One, apparently was not great. Apparently CGI is not doing fantastic. I mean, they can bring Tupac back to life to do a damn show at Coachella, but you can't get it right in a movie for some reason. I don't know. You know
what would be great, just to make Kylo Ren even more of a scumbag? I really hope they did this. Like if he kills Leia in episode 8.
You can't have him kill both his parents. I don't like that. You can't have him kill both. We got our first donation of the night. Let me go make reference to that there. Big Daddy Land donated $5. I just hope they make Leia go out in some badass way in Star Wars. Yes. If she does certainly die in 8, hopefully, if they wrote it in and she dies the right way, some type of combat, man. I want to see her go out with a damn blaster in her hand. It's the way it should be, man. It's one of the first times that we saw her was blasting the goddamn stormtrooper. It's the way that she should go out. It's the only right way to do it.
Yeah, do you really think that like Kylo's going to find redemption? Because I mean, I don't know.
There's a lot of deep rumors. There's a lot of deep rumors that even Han Solo's death was part of the plan, which I find ridiculous. But it is possible, I guess. But I mean, there's a lot of things like Kylo could be just a deep undercover type guy situation, you know. And this was Luke's plan. There's a bunch of crazy rumors out there, speculation. Who knows what it's going to go? Probably not. But in Star Wars, everybody finds redemption. I mean, that is kind of the thing. People forget the last act of Darth Vader was fulfilling his prophecy of, well, at least at the time, we thought bringing balance to the Force he's the one who killed the Emperor, not Luke. It was Darth Vader. It was Anakin Skywalker, his last act. And then Luke goes and takes off his air mask and he dies. Yeah, he was probably going to die anyway, but, you know, taking away his air mask probably wasn't a good idea. It was probably bad life decision there, Luke. You're lucky you're not in my chat, or I'd give you a timeout. Think about your life choices.
Yeah, I'm really happy you called off the Raw review because once again that show was awful.
Yeah,
it really was.
Look, I was having some internet issues last night. Things were just not working out, and I was not happy. Well, it's not even that Raw was bad. It wasn't great. It wasn't good, but it wasn't awful. There was a few moments of Raw that I actually did kind of enjoy. Braun Strowman. I'm loving Braun Strowman. I fucking love Braun Strowman. I love him. I think he's great. I do. But there was
match
no whole
with Sami next week in the Last Man Standing. That's going to be awesome. I think I can't wait for that. really excited for that.
Yeah, Sammy's going to be able to use some weapons and shit on. That should be an interesting fight. I like what they're doing with Braun. I'm glad they didn't go too long with all the craziness with the squashes. I like that. So we'll see what they decide to do. We are going to do SmackDown tonight. I had such a great time at SmackDown last week. Would not miss SmackDown for the world. So a little bit later on, don't worry, we will be here live for SmackDown, the review. So be here for that. 480, you got anything else? I'm going to get your ass out of here. You need to go over the top rope.
No, man, I'm good. Keep doing what you're doing. It's great work.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Have a good night, buddy. Big shout out to everybody who's been supporting me on Twitter as of late. I've been super active on the Twitters. I'm tweeting left and right. My fingers are bleeding from all the tweeting that I'm doing. I'm asking questions every day. I'm having a good time. I hope you guys are enjoying the Twitter interaction. My Discord is getting a little bit stronger. I'm trying to be in there a little bit more. I know I'm not there all the time, but I do appreciate you guys being there as well. It makes me feel good. I'll put in my tingly bits, so thank you very much for that. Also, 4,700 subs, guys. 4,700 subs. Keep on hitting that shit. Keep on supporting. You know, it's good stuff, man. It's good stuff. Let's take another caller. We got C-Man. He's live with that on Dave. What you got?
Just wanted to call and say what's up, man. Hope you're doing well.
Yeah, I'm trying not to cry into my Star Wars scarf. Man. Princess Leia's dead. I don't know what to do with myself. It's fucking sad, man.
See, dude, I fucking hate Star Wars.
Oh.
So, like,
Can I ask you why? Can I have you watched them honestly?
A few of them I have. I have not. It's hard for me to sit through them. I feel like they tend to drag on and just it doesn't.
Which ones have you attempted to watch?
One I've watched all of three a couple times.
So Phantom Menace.
I've seen all of episode 4, and then I saw episode 7 in theaters, which
Okay.
I did enjoy 7, even though it wasn't my cup of tea.
Seven's good, but
decent.
if you've seen 7, now you've seen 1 and you've seen 4 and 5. But you missed Empire, man. You missed the best movie of them all. You missed Empire.
Yeah, but I saw the Family Guy spoof of it, so I.
There you go, Blue Harvest, yeah, or the second one, whatever, something Dark Side, whatever the hell it was.
Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, there you go. That makes a lot of sense. Oh my God, Empire is the best movie of them all, man. I mean, oh God, I don't know if I could deal with someone who doesn't like Star Wars. I kind of want to beat you up right now. I want to punch you in the face.
Dave, bro.
I'm just saying, it kind of hurts me. I don't understand it. It's like beyond, like, I'm all for free will and, you know, opinions and everything. But if there is one universal truth in this world, it's that Star Wars is fucking awesome. One of my biggest problems with my wife, and I don't know how I've stayed married to her for as long as I fucking have, she's not a big Star Wars fan.
I watch it, though.
You watch it, but name 5 Star Wars characters. Go. 5. Just name 5. Surprise me.
R2-D2.
There's 1,
Chewbacca,
2,
Princess Leia,
3,
Han Solo,
4.
Boba Fett.
Oh!
Darth Vader.
Oh!
Oh, dude, that's more than 5.
That weird creep from the last movie, I forgot his name.
Kylo Ren.
Yeah, and that chick, I forgot her name too.
Would you like some oral sex? Would you like? You deserve oral sex for that. Would you like some?
You talking to me or her?
No, not you. No. You didn't do anything. You didn't do anything to deserve oral sex. But you know what? Talk to me a little bit. Maybe after I had a couple drinks. Who knows? No, I'm talking to my wife for just getting me
Luke
all.
Skywalker.
Luke, of course, you missed Luke Skywalker there too.
And the one I say wrong all the time, 3CPO.
C3PO, human cyborg relations. Now you've lost your oral sex. Now you've lost your oral sex.
BB-8.
BB-8. Okay, she comes back hard with BB-8. I like that. I'll tell you what, I will give you every dime that I have in my life. I'll give you anything in this house. I will finger bang you for 3 hours straight if you could tell me the name of Luke's aunt and uncle.
Yeah.
Come on,
I don't know.
One's easy.
I forgot.
Uncle.
Hank?
No, not Uncle Hank.
I don't know.
Not Uncle Hank. Uncle Owen and Peru.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. All right.
You get the fuck out of here.
You get no oral sex from me. None.
You don't get oral sex from me.
Well, I know I'm not getting any oral sex from you. It's been like fucking a decade. I know that shit.
Yeah.
Why do I always walk into some of the most fucked up, awkward conversations with
I don't
you
know,
guys,
because you're
man?
special. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't get it. It's freaking me out a little bit.
It's because your name is Seaman. That's
yeah, valid point.
Yeah, it's check and mate. Well, look, buddy, I appreciate you. Got anything else for me, Uncle Hank? The chat's going to town on that. Uncle Hank, I gotta go to Taji Station to get some power converters. Uncle Hank flicks a cigarette butt at Luke and says, "Get your ass back inside."
What's the name of the ant then?
Hi, Brew.
Brew?
B-E-R-U. Brew.
And what is his name?
Owen.
Oh, Owen.
Gee, yeah, it's easy. Owen. My God. Anyway, I love you very much. Seaman, anything else before I get you out of here? I'm glad you were here to, be a part of this.
Oh, yeah, man. It's always a good time. Am I allowed to bring up any baited shit, or is that
If you want to talk about something baited, yeah, I don't have a problem with it. I'm not going to trash anybody, but yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah. No, I was watching Tommy's stream earlier, man, and this shit with Keem's just getting fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, it's crazy. Look, I support my buddy. The reality is this, man. Some shit is stuck in Tommy's craw. He doesn't like being misrepresented, and that's just the reality of it. And when Tommy gets something stuck in his craw, he's not going to let it go until he's fucking satisfied. The thing is, you don't fucking mess with Tommy. You don't fuck with him because he does not care. He will go to the ends of the earth. Look, he's been my best friend for a long time. I've known him 8 years. We spent one of those years not fucking talking, okay? We had a year where we had a fight. We stopped fucking talking for a year, all right? This motherfucker is not the one to fuck with. He's just not. And we beat each other up. We were doing shows. We had different shows. We were on, I think he was on YouTube at the time. I was at Podbean and fucking Podomatic and all these other places. Now, we were taking shots at each other for fucking months. We didn't talk for a goddamn year. It was crazy.
Damn, man.
That's crazy.
Nah, I don't think Tommy should let it go either. Fucking every point that he brought up in his stream today was valid, and Clown came in and backed him the fuck up.
Yeah.
So I'm excited to see where this goes. I mean, I just read the tweets that they're gonna drop it, but I don't know if that's gonna be the case or not, just judging by how everything's gone so far.
Well, once again, it seems to be Keem has misjudged his position. And it does not take much for people to just completely turn on him. And when enough evidence is out there, especially when Clown backs you, it's enough to turn the tide. The reason why Keem should have done a little bit of research is we've been through this exact same fight before. Tom and myself, we've been through the Cronin Wars. And if you guys fucking remember the Cronin Wars, the exact fucking same thing happened. I mean, I'm not even kidding. Every one of Keem's moves, it's the exact, except Keem hasn't fucked a box yet on camera. That's the only fucking thing. Keem hasn't attacked me and fucking my effigy on camera. That's the only thing different between then and now, but I don't put it past him because, I mean, who wouldn't be jealous of all of this? I mean, just look at this. I mean, come on. So it's fucking crazy, man. We've been through this. We know the playbook.
Yeah. No, I'm excited to see where it goes, man. Tommy's entertaining as fuck. He cracks me up.
He's insane. He's fucking crazy. I'm listening to it. I was not even going to listen to the show today because I was preparing I was going to be working with Andre today, Andre Corbiel. By the way, Andre Corbiel and I are going to be recording our first segment here. It was supposed to be tonight. Might still be, depending if I get out of here in time. All depends. But if not today, certainly tomorrow, Andre Corbiel and I for the Andre Corbiel Show. First segment. Can't fucking wait. Going to be amazing. Going to be on fucking Vince Russo's website. Oh, I can't wait to tell him that I think he sucks. That's gonna be a great fucking conversation. Anyway, what was I saying before that? I'm sorry. God damn it. Oh yeah. So I'm watching the show, and I'm just like, he's fucking insane. He's absolutely fucking lost his mind.
He's ballsy. He's ballsy as all get out.
Fuck. He doesn't care, man. Tommy's 40 years old. He's lived basically two full lives. I mean, he lived an entire life from ages 1 to 28, and then he lived a whole nother fucking existence from the army days, man. He's lived two complete fucking separate existences, and neither one of them have been fucking easy. Tommy doesn't give a whole hell of a lot of shit about stuff, especially when he fuck with his family, his money, or his friends. And Keem has basically fucked with all of that, and he lied about him to boot, and it's not a good situation. So yeah, I don't know if Tommy should let it go either. Maybe for the sake of Clown, because Clown obviously wants to move on. Of course, I'm the fat guy just waiting to get in on Double Dutch. I got these two guys fucking twirling the jump rope, and I'm just like, come on, I just want to get famous. Help me out here, guys. Let me jump this.
Now I want to see you go in there with Keemstar, man. I want to see you whoop up on his bitch ass.
I probably won't be taking too many shots, Keemstar, unless they come at us. I have my sights set on another guy. If they start any shit with us, then I've already got. I'm ready to go. But I don't really want to make it about that. I think myself, Tommy, and Clown can do a quality show between the three of us. You know, I think we could do a great show between the three of us, and it doesn't have to be drama related as far as personal drama with Keem or other people.
Right.
I think we can talk about the stuff that's going on YouTube, and we can have fantastic fucking discussions that are going to be funny. I don't think it's going to be an echo chamber. I don't think we're going to be sucking each other off. Tommy and I fight like fucking cats and dogs.
Yeah.
Colossal and I are going to disagree on more than people are probably thinking we are. I'm very excited to see how well I fit in with these guys, and I just can't wait. It's gonna be a blast.
Well, just judging by the chemistry that you guys have shown on some of the Shot from the Point Dead shows, I think it's going to be solid. I'm pretty excited for it.
Yeah, I think so too. Anything else for me, Mr. Seaman?
Nothing else at this time, man. I'll probably be back for your SmackDown show tonight.
Sounds good, man. I'm gonna lay the SmackDown on myself in between. I got a little bit extra time. Seaman, I appreciate the call, buddy. Have yourself a good old night.
You too, homie. Take care.
I'm a homie. I like that I was a homie and not a homo. When you change that E to an O, or the IE to an O, it's a whole different situation. Not that it's bad or anything, but it's not for me. You know, whatever floats your boat is fine, but don't try to park it in my harbor. That's what I like to say. That's my second favorite sexual innuendo or sexual reference. My other one is when somebody's about to go fuck. I tell them to wrap their whopper before they're I fucked it all up. Wrap your whopper before you serve it. I fucking love that. That's one of my favorites. Got that shit from the Army. Good stuff. Let's take some more calls. Let's keep the call train moving. It's the one, the only, the man who takes care of all the graphics here. And if you try to get in on his graphics game, he will stab you. It's Guncannon 15. What's going on, buddy? You're live with Dead on Dave.
I don't know about stab, but I'll go with that.
You'll cut a bitch. Don't act like you won't. I know you cut a bitch. Don't act like you won't. You're not above it.
No.
What's up, buddy?
Well, 2016 can just eat a dick as far as I'm concerned.
Right?
This is just fucking ridiculous. You were talking earlier about if they don't kill off Princess Leia in the next movie, what would they do? They probably, and I had time to kind of think about this, and I realized what they'd probably do is the same thing that they did for the last Fast and the Furious movie. Walker never finished that movie. They actually had somebody come in and they just essentially used CGI to put Walker's face on that guy.
Yeah.
So more than likely that's what you would end up see happening is that they would render in, Carrie's face for whatever scenes and to make it, worthwhile.
Yeah. It's still not going to be the easiest thing in the world to pull off, man. I hope that I hope they wrote her out in 8. I hope that they just, not foresight because it's hard to tell when, people are going to kick off, but I hope that they did. It's fucked up. Tutall says it was his brothers with the CGI for Paul Walker.
Yes.
That's interesting. Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Look, here's the reality. I don't know if a whole lot of people look like Carrie Fisher right now. That's the problem. You know what's messed up? What's really messed up about this is apparently, and I don't know if this is confirmed or anything, but Carrie Fisher was in London because she was doing another cameo for a movie. I don't recall what movie it was. But she put her body through a hell of a lot of stress to cut even more weight for this cameo role. That's horrific if that's true. I read that. I don't know if it's true, but how awful is that, man? 60 years old, continuing to try and feed whatever's going on in her life, just try to make that last bit of money. I'm sure it wasn't all about that, but I'm sure some of it was. Look, her drug problems are well documented, and it's not saying anything bad to talk about them now. It's just a reality of the situation. But she recovered. She was in and out of psych wards, but she recovered. She once gave Craig Ferguson kangaroo testicles on the Late Late Show. That was great.
Oh, I do remember that. Yeah.
It's going to be, I hope it's not true that she was putting herself through that. But if it was, with all of her drug problems from her past and that strain of weight cutting at that age, no wonder why she had a goddamn heart attack. The heart just can't take stuff like that. People were
Yeah,
surprised
no.
when Eddie Guerrero died at like, what, 45, whatever he was, 47. You shouldn't have been very surprised at it, man. Eddie Guerrero apparently, you know, if you believe some people, did more drugs than like Pablo Escobar. I mean, like amazing amount of drugs in his earlier days. And you can't do it. You know, the body, people think that we're invincible. We're not invincible, man. I came very close to, you know, I realized that myself a year and a half ago. I had a goddamn stroke, scared the goddamn balls off me, and it was a tiny little stroke. People who have had like really bad strokes, they won't even look at me when I tell that story because they're like, bitch, you didn't have a stroke. You had a mini stroke. You had a moke. You had a minor stroke, you little bitch. But it scared the shit out of me, and now, you know, it still took me a year to get off my fat fucking ass and really start losing weight because I don't want to die. Well, at least not yet. I'm going to be around for a little bit longer. It's horrifying. We're not immortal. We are going to fucking die. Carl G donated $1. I read today that Carrie had finished filming episode 8. Yeah, we have heard that, but we don't know what she filmed. We don't know if she was written out of the movie. It doesn't matter as much. The horrible thing is that she is not on the planet any longer. There's no more Princess Leia, and that makes me very fucking upset. I wasn't ready for this. Gun, what else you got? I know I'm talking a lot. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine. You know, nobody thought it was, and seeing some of the responses has just been friggin' floored. Like
heartbreaking.
The one that really kind of got not just to me, but like to everybody that's seen it is Kevin Smith's Facebook post. I don't know if you've seen that.
No, I didn't see it. I heard about it though. I knew he was going to come to pieces. He was damn near coming to pieces when she had the heart attack the other day.
Yeah.
What did he
it's
say?
Funny. Well, you know, he was talking about how, you know, he essentially started it with The Princess Stole My Heart at age 7.
Yeah.
You know, he's seen like every movie she's been in, and we've got to remember he's worked with her.
Yes, he has a few times.
Yeah. One of the best lines, and it was comedic actually, was I paid to see Carrie Fisher and Chevy Chase in Under the Rainbow 9 times when it was in the theaters, mostly because Fisher was in her underwear in one scene.
That's right.
He basically said he committed himself to Carrie Fisher without ever beating her.
He had Jason Mewes try to give her oral sex in a car when she was dressed as a fucking nun.
He mentioned that. He goes, I got to tell her that when she was working with them when they were in the station wagon on the set of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Yeah.
She was great about it and whatnot. She even said, I'm glad I helped you find your lightsaber.
God, you really did listen to some Kevin Smith today because you're saying whatnot. You absolutely listen to Kevin Smith today. No question. You're saying whatnot. You fucking listened to him. No question in my mind.
Kevin Smith, my other spirit animal.
Rodland said, yeah, mine too. I look like the motherfucker, for Christ's sake. Rodland, well, I look like him from a year ago. He's lost weight now. Rodland, so many died this year, even long-living Mr. Spock. That was last year. Leonard Nimoy died last year, not this year.
And something else somebody posted on my Facebook, which was interesting, and I was going to send it to you, is talking about all the celebrities dying, and they said, we think we know why, and there's a picture of Betty White with a sword on a cliff with lightning screaming, there can be only one.
That's good.
There's your comedy, folks.
She might be a Highlander. That's true. Pip Scotland just said, LOL, the rule of the road. Oh, man, now that I'm even more sad because George Carlin and Carrie Fisher, the two people who made that scene, are both gone. Fuck. Oh. God, I fucking hate this shit. These are legends, man. We're not talking about... Look, I was going through some of the years in the past, like 2012 and stuff. I don't even think I got through 2012. Some terrible deaths. Don't give me... Etta James died in 2012. Whitney Houston died in 2012. 2012 had a big year. Peter Brack, Davy Jones, Mike Wallace, Dick Clark, Donna Summer, Robin Gibb, Richard Dawson. Wow, he only died in 2012. Jesus Christ, he lived forever. Sherman Helmsley, Andy Griffith, Michael Clark Duncan, Andy Williams, Jack Klugman, Neil Armstrong, Phyllis Diller. That's a strong class, man. But what, baby? Larry Hagman. That's a strong class. That's a very strong class. But is it 2016? 2016 is one of the worst I've ever seen.
Yeah, it's... this year just needs to be over with.
Yeah, you know, a lot of people have been saying that. I get it on some regards. I mean, like regardless of if you're happy with the presidential outcome or not, this election is one of the most taxing and emotionally draining I've ever witnessed. 33 years, never had an election feel quite like this. Never had this many people up in arms and yet still fucking be unhappy. Unbelievable. I've just never seen anything quite like that. You got the refugee problem. You got all kinds of people getting fucking stabbed and shanked and murdered and fucking trucks driving in through people. You got all kinds of crazy things that are happening right now. Seems like the weather's all fucked up wherever you go, whether you believe in global warming or not. There's all kinds of crazy shit going on. 2016 has seemed to suck balls. But it's funny because it's been one of my personal best years I've had in like a decade. I kind of feel bad about that.
Yeah. I feel like just this whole, like, up until 2016, from 2000, it's been like you have seen a lot of people just that we grew up with, and you and I can really kind of go off of that. A lot of people that we looked as, you know, huge, just dying, just flat out dying. And it's everywhere. It's not just in movies. It's in the major sports. I mean, after this, like, I went back and I was looking at racing ones and all that, and it's horrible there. It's just,
I know.
God.
I know. I just noticed there's actually a better list on the same site that I was already on. So I'm going to go to the extended list on 2016 because there's more names that I saw. I thought there was a few that were missing. Like this list didn't have China on there. I'm like, why didn't it have fucking China? What kind of goddamn backwards place is that? Not going to have China. Bless you, baby. Wrestler deaths haven't been awful this year. They haven't been great, but they haven't been terrible. My God. Fucking bad, but not like ridiculously bad. Let me look back here. Let's see. Robert Stigwood, Pat Harrington, Troy Shondell, Kitty Kalin, Angus Scrim. He was the tall man in the Phantasm. Angus Scrim, I forgot about that. That's right. David Bowie, David Margulies, Alan Rickman, Dan Haggerty, Glenn Frey, Abe Vigoda. People don't know Abe Vigoda is enough, and that makes me sad. That was just January. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
February, Bob Elliott, Maurice White, Joe Alasky. Holy God. Vanity Harper Lee, Yolanda Fox, Sonny James, Lenny Baker, Tony Burton. That was just, Jesus Christ, man. This is insane.
Yeah.
It's crazy. I can go through them all, but I'll be here forever. Man, there's a lot of freaking people who died. This is nuts. This is absolutely crazy.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's
Muhammad Ali and Gordie Howe died within a week of each other.
Yeah. And the sad thing was the whole Muhammad Ali one is that like maybe a month or so after he died, they put up the last pics of him. And you don't ever want to see a guy that looked. I saw that pic and I saw it for a second, clicked off. I'm like,
You don't
even want to look. Don't want to look at it because it was. Oh.
Two other sports icons died that month. Fucking Buddy Ryan and where'd she go? Pat Summitt, the winningest coach in NCAA, man or woman.
Yeah.
She's won everything. Pat Summitt, Buddy Ryan, Chicago Bears bitches. You know what I'm saying? And the motherfucker invented the 4-6 for Christ's sake. It's great. That's 4 sports icons in the same month. Yeah, 2016 sucks, dude.
Yeah, it's fired. It's done. Fuck that.
Crazy. This is nuts. Kenny Baker died back in August. That wasn't even all that long ago. Fucking RPD, dude. Gone. Fucking shit.
Yeah.
I'm depressing myself. All right, Gun, I'm going to get you out of here because I'm depressing the shit out of me. I'm going to see if Andre wants to record because I need to do something. I feel bad. All right, I appreciate the call, buddy.
No problem. Have a good night, man.
You too, pal. Last chance to call in. Now's the time. If you want to call in, go ahead and do so now on Skype. David Vancura, DavidVancura. And, of course, the number 702-751-2902. I want to hear from you all night. Talk you into sunlight. See what I did there? I'm fucking hilarious.
Awesome.
She wasn't even paying attention. What are you doing? Are you looking at dongs on the internet?
Yeah. All the time.
Good. Look at them dongs. It's good stuff. Last chance to call in. If not, I'm going to get up out of here. It's been a nice little show. Thought we'd talk about... Well, no, it's been a fucking depressing show is what it's been. Oh, my God. Just absolute depressing shit of a show. But, you know, we got to talk about this stuff. It's important. Let's go ahead and take another call. Lewis Future, you're live with Dead on Dave. To the other people trying to call in, keep calling. I will get to you really quick. Lewis Future, real quick, what do you got, buddy? You're live with Dead on Dave.
I mean, there's been too many deaths this year, man.
Agreed.
Like China, Mr. Fuji, Muhammad Ali.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if Lemmy was this year.
No, he was last year.
Oh.
Now, I went through the list already. What do you got for me, bud?
I mean, it's weird as well, because I went to see Star Wars today.
Hold on one second. Leaping
Seems
Lizard
like-
just donated $5. Hold on one second. Leaping Lizard donated $5. Here's some money to buy a Princess Leia statue for the shelf behind you. Replace the creepy banana. I will never replace this banana. I will get rid of you before I get rid of this banana. Lewis Feature, I'm sorry. Please continue. You went and saw Star Wars today, and
I watched episode 4 right after.
Mhm.
Which it's sort of a coincidence as well, because like it's really weird. So I'm a massive fan of Star Wars.
yeah, me too, man. I am too. It's rough. Look, I got a lot of callers calling in, buddy. I appreciate the call. Got to be rapid fire here, okay, pal?
All right, see you later, man.
Have yourself a good night. All right, Noah Scott, you're live with Dead on Dave. What you got?
I just wanted to say congratulations on getting on the podcast.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah, and what I think they're gonna do with the whole Star Wars thing with Carrie Fisher is that they made Han Solo die, so I think they're just gonna make Princess Leia die.
More than likely, I mean, she will get killed off. It's just a matter of how. You know, how are they going to do it? And that's the thing. I don't know. You know what? I thought I wanted to talk about like that. I've talked about it a lot during the show. I don't want to talk about it. It fucking depresses me. It's like, I don't want to see the end of Princess Leia. Maybe she'll just win Star Wars. Maybe they'll just find a way that she will win. I never knew it was winnable, but maybe she will do it. Maybe
She'll win at life.
She'll just win. She's just gonna win. No, what else you got for me, buddy? Anything else?
No, that's all I had to say. I have to go soon anyway, so.
Well, I appreciate you spending a couple minutes with me, buddy. Have yourself a good night.
Yeah, thanks for letting me call you.
Yeah, no problem. Over the top rope you go. Good stuff. Let's take another caller. 347. You're live with Dead on Dave on the most depressing fucking show ever. What do you got for me?
Dave, is the Raw review dead for you, bro?
Is the what?
Is the Raw review, is it gone? Are you not doing it anymore?
Look, I haven't done the Raw review the last 2 weeks. Last week, it was sometimes shit happens with me. I got a lot of medical issues. Sometimes my internet in my little crap ass Germantown just goes out. I can't help it. It also, you know what? If I'm going to be missing Raws, the last 2 weeks were kind of the Raws to miss. But don't worry, we're going to get back on track. We're doing SmackDown tonight. I will not be missing any pay-per-views, anything like that. If I've got to go steal internet, I will find a way. Don't worry, it's going to happen. But the reality is, man, just shit happens, man. My internet went out. What do you want me to do?
No, I get it. I understand. I was just...
You want me to cut myself into pieces? Is that what you want? That this is my last resort? Suffocation? No breathing? Don't give a fuck if I cut my arm bleeding? Is that what you want me to fucking do? Oh, I'm just kidding. What do you got?
We're gonna have to add you to that. We're gonna have to add you to that celebrity death list thing.
No, I'm not a celebrity. No, I am a YouTube douchebag at best. YouTube doucher at best.
I thought yesterday's Raw was it seemed very run of the mill to me. It didn't seem
it was
all that. Yeah, it wasn't bad. I thought that it has. I'm enjoying. I think Neville is the best thing to happen to Raw in a really long time.
Here's my criticism of Neville. I got one criticism, and it's not even Neville. It's what they're telling him to do. They have his moveset. If you've been a fan of Neville for a long time, you know his moveset was cut down quite a bit already from what he did in the past to what he's done in WWE. Now, because he's a heel, they have really... He is just wear down, hold, wear down, hold, wear down, hold, quick flip, wear down, hold, wear down, hold, wear down, hold, and maybe a red arrow. It's like... Oh, no. I mean, Neville is exciting. He's a great wrestler without all of the theatrics. Don't get me wrong, but I mean, I don't know. Give me something a little bit more. Give me something to believe in. But I do like his character development and what he's doing. I do agree with that.
Yeah, I think the promos and the intensity that he's showing is something we don't get to see often on Raw.
He's bordering on pirate, though. Do you feel that? I feel with the really dark beard and everything, he's bordering on pirate.
I agree. Bayley and Charlotte, they had another match against each other on Raw.
Yeah, I didn't like that idea.
I mean, I feel like, are they just don't have any ideas for those two? Because you would think your top face and your top woman face, your top woman heel, you should have a plethora of ideas on how to build that match, especially if you're going to have it at one of the big pay-per-views of the year.
Yeah.
That's just been,
Well, you would think, and maybe this is part of the problem of having all these women so familiar with each other from NXT. Maybe they feel like they don't want to tell the same stories that they told in the past. They are at different points in their careers. They keep adding Dana into the situation, which I really don't like. But, man, Dana looked awful last night, didn't she? My God. She barely fit into that little referee's outfit. That was kind of depressing to watch. It was very... I don't know. I like what Charlotte did on the mic. I love what Bayley did for the most part. But I think that we're just seeing too much of them together. We're seeing too many pre-matches before a big match at Royal Rumble. Do not have them touch each other again until Royal Rumble. Plain and simple.
That used to be it back in the day, wasn't it? You didn't have guys, you did the long bit. You didn't have guys touch each other, use skits and angles to get the feud over. Then you have that one big fight, and, it ends, and it's, what everybody's been waiting for. You sell about the tickets, but that doesn't seem to be how it is anymore.
Well, now they're trying to do series of matches. They like to do series of matches and get people over-inundated with talents together and then give the big match the big payoff. Unfortunately, people are tuning out. They don't like that style. This is how it used to be, by the way. 70s and 80s, this is a callback to that for a lot of people who were very much clamoring for it. They've actually called back to older days when people would wrestle each other, each and every single day and twice on Sundays. And now we're starting to see a little bit more. It's a little bit harder when it's on TV, of course. But what the 90s were successful with storytelling because matches weren't the end-all, be-all. There was a lot of, what did Stone Cold Steve Austin do? He just came in and just stunned people randomly for no fucking reason, just because he could. My wife is deciding to give people hemorrhoids by bringing the banana back. I threw it across the room, but my wife is awful, and she wants to ruin everybody's fucking dreams, apparently. Keep that goddamn banana away from me. He's creepy as fuck. I do agree. But yeah, that's the thing, and they're not doing things like that anymore. And eventually they'll find a way to balance it out, but they usually do. We'll see what happens, man.
I mean, you can only hope so. I mean, it's only so many times you want to see, the same people go face each other on the TV and then face each other at pay-per-view, then repeat and repeat. It's just like, well, it takes. I don't need to see this on pay-per-view if I've seen it on an episode of Raw or an episode of SmackDown. It doesn't.
You've got to forgive me. You've got to forgive me. I'm gonna have to let you go because something just happened and it creeped me the fuck out, and I've got to talk about it. I really do appreciate your call though, and I love your face. Okay, you have yourself a good night, but I can't think about anything else anymore because my wife just mortified me. I will talk to you later. You have yourself a good night. Over the top rope you go. My wife just fucked herself with this banana. I saw what you did.
I had him sitting on my
Let me see
lap.
it. No, you did not. She had it on her vagina. And she didn't even have it this way. She tried to push it in from this way. You see, that's the ass end of the banana. What do you want to do? Stretch it out to a fucking point?
On my lap.
You were doing something very provocative. You were making some gestures. You were doing one of these movements. You were bouncing it.
No, I wasn't.
You were bouncing it, and it was creepy.
Oh my god.
You weren't bouncing it.
You're delusional.
You weren't bouncing it. You
No.
lying motherfucker. Why are you a liar? Don't touch him. Don't touch it gently. Touch the tip. Just the tip. Touch the tip. Come on. Or you want to lick it? You want to lick the tip? Touch the tip.
Give me the fucking banana.
Touch the tip. Come get it.
You touched it.
Come get it. I will. I'll fucking. Come get it. You want him?
Put a condom on.
All right, this is not going to go. This is not his color. Look at that. That's just bad. Here, take the goddamn thing. All right, I think that's about going to do it. We've had ourselves a good night right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Hope you guys had a fun time. I'm going to get up out of here. We got SmackDown in an hour, so I'll be back live for that in 3 hours as soon as it's over. God damn it with the banana!
He's just waving goodbye.
He's fucking creepy.
I can't get the
No, you couldn't get him on the camera. Thank you guys very much for joining us right here on Dead on Dave Productions. Hope you guys had a good time. I had a good time. Thank you for all the callers. Thank you for the donations tonight. Very much appreciate that. And we'll see you next time. We'll see you in about 3 hours for your SmackDown live review. Thank you guys very much for joining me. Like, subscribe, and share. And as always, if you don't have talent, have talented friends. We'll see you next time. Keep it copious.
peace.
And peace.